Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share with you an experience how to create a template file in Autocad. Before deep into the details, let me show you a little bit of background theory. You might have asked yourself three questions. What is a template file and why we have to create it and how we create it? So first question, a template file is a AutoCAD file which has an extension .dwt, which contains all of the preset information including layers, page setup, plotting configuration, as well as title block. And why we have to, or why we should create template file when working in AutoCAD? The answer is to save time, because once you set up everything at once at the beginning, you can apply the template over and over to every single new project without setting up things from scratch. And the third question, how to create a template file, I'm going to demonstrate step by step how to create one for you. Step 1, you create a title block. 2, you create a new CAD file with empty template. Then on that you set up layers and you set up paper size, plotting parameters. Then you insert title block in and you save that file as a template.dwt for future use. Okay, so now get on to AutoCAD. I'm not going to cover the details how to draw a title block, and to me it's quite straightforward, and in reality you might not have to create it because your consultant where you're working for might have the title block created already. So let's say this is the title block that you have. To start with, first thing you need to check to make sure the corner of the title block is located as the origin of the coordinates. To check it, you draw a circle, the center at that point, and then you right click to go to property, and as you can see, X and Y coordinates, they are not 0, 0, so that means they are not in at the origin. Okay, so to move to the origin, first you need to draw a circle with the center at the origin. So you type 0, 0, enter. Okay, so you mark this point, right? You mark this point, and then you move this to here. Okay, so now you check it again, so make sure you see it, X, Y, Z, they're all at 0, so the origin. Okay, when you do that, you save and you close, you get out of this file. So that's it for the title block. Okay, and then next step, you create a new CAD file, then you set up the layers. Okay, click on here, select ACAD ISO. Alright, you turn off the grid by pressing F7. You type LA. Right, you set up the layers. Let's say you got D. For the sake of demonstration, I just create typically 3 different layers. CL, which is the center line. I want it in white colors. Line type, which is center 2. Select it, okay, and give it a description, center line. Okay, and then the maybe curve, yellow, and you can a curve line, curve line, for example, and this one you want continuous, and here you want a layers containing text, yellow text. Okay, and then you want another layers called dimension dim. You want this one in red. Okay, all right, again, this is just for demonstration purpose. In reality, this is that you might have. In reality, this is the list of the default or preset layers any civil consultant out there might have. So D for design, E for existing, and F for future. And for every single layers, the application is different, and they have different colors, different line type, and then different description here. Okay, so when you first join your new company, make sure you follow, you're using their standard or you understand their standard layers. Okay, all right, so now next step is to set up the paper size and the plotting parameters. How do we do it? Okay, the paper size, click on this one, you click OK, you delete this one, so you right click, you click on page setup manager, and you click on new, it's a A1, give it a name, A1 PDF plotting, and click OK. So it prompts you a new Windows having the name, the page setup name, the name that you just put. All right, and then you select the plotter, which is the printer. So I select the PDF high quality, and then next I select the paper size, which is A1, and then you leave it at layout, leave it like that, leave it like that. Here you tick that box, leave it landscape. Okay, so this is the plotting parameters, the plotting style. When you first started, you see it's none because there's no plot style table has been assigned, so you have to create one from scratch. If you already have one, then you click on this, and then you you load, make sure you load that CTB file onto the default folder. Let's say you don't have it created before, you want to create from scratch. Click on new, start from scratch, and give it a name, say A1 PDF plotting CTB. Right, next, and you click on this. All right, so this step will create a CTB file. Keep it simple. A CTB file is a file to control your plotting, or in other words, to control your line weight when you print the drawing. Okay, so again, it depends on industry. For example, if you work in structure engineering, the CTB file is different. If you work for a for example, wastewater in sewer and water supply, for example Sydney Water, they have their own CTB, And if you work for a generic civil engineering consultant, their CTB might also be different as well. I've got one example here, which is generic civil engineering consultant. So this file dictates how thickness your lines gonna be when it's printed in accordance to the colors. Okay, all right. So for color 1 to color 9, any objects that drawn using these colors, when printed, they all print in black color, and the only difference is the line weight. Okay, so now we have to go to here and specify each individual color's line weight. For example, color 1 you want 0.2, color 2 you want 0.35, color 3 0.5, color 4 is 1, color 5.7, color 6 is 0.18, color 7 is 0.25, color 8 is 0.15, color 9 is 0.1. Okay, all right. And from color 10 to the rest of the list, every single object drawn using any of these colors will be printed exactly what it looked on the drawing. So we use color as use object colors, so that's good. And the line weight, you want all of them having the same line weight, which is 0.2. Okay, so this is what you got for the CTB file. That's it, and you save and close. You finish, and once you've finished, that CTB you just created popped up here. And where it's saved, to check where it's saved, you go click on here, you see, you click on general, it's saved here. So this is I set up on my machines like that. It might be a bit different from with your machine, but just in case you want to look for the location, this is one way of checking the location. Okay, all right, so that step you've done is to set up the plot style table or pane assignment, or sometimes people saying just CTB setup. Okay, all right, once you've done that, you click OK and you select it and you set current. So what it does, it pick the parameters that you just set for this, assign it to this paper, and the dark area that you're looking at is exactly the same as the A1 paper, and you can delete this one. You don't need this one, delete it. Okay, all right, so now we've done this, we've done that. Next step is insert the title block. Okay, so you type insert, enter, and you browse to the directory where you save your title block. You don't tick anything, leave them all unticked, leave 00, 111, 0 millimeter. Okay, like that, exactly the same as this. Click OK. Bang, you've got everything set up and spot on to the size of the paper. Okay, once you've done that, that means you finish this step. And the last step is to save this one as a template. Save as. Let me save it in the desktop. I save it A1 PDF template. Okay, save. Done. Let's say you start a new job. You want to create a new file, CAD file. You open AutoCAD, you click on this paper, and you browse where you save the templates. Where is it? Desktop. Okay, sorry, I have to recall the file that I just saved before. I forgot. Save as, and you have to change this one, DWT, and you save in desktop. Right, let's say A1 PDF template. Before I forgot to change the files of type. Okay, just make sure you pick DWT. Okay, A1 PDF template, and click on desktop, save. Okay, alright, done. Alright, start a fresh new drawing. Click on this, select the location, pick on this template, click open. So now you've got a new file loaded with a preset information. First of all, layers. See all the layers you create before. These layers came from the title block file, so just ignore it. Right, and if you have a long list, it's gonna be very long list like the other list that I showed you before. Right, and click on this, you will see title block, everything set up, 2 corners, and the paper size, everything set up. Okay, let's say you draw whatever you have to draw. You draw this, you draw that. Okay, and then you go to here, you create a viewport. So MV, type MV viewport, right? And then you set up the scale here. You click on model, and you set up the scale. So this is the scale, right? Let's say you pick 1 in 10, for example. Okay, right, and then you locked, and you save this one as drawing 1. Save. You change this a sheet 01. Okay, save, and you save, and you draw another drawing. Let's say you've got this second drawing, and I just give you an example, right? In reality, it could be your projects here. All right. So this is your second drawing, and let's say your project, right? Your project has 2 drawing 1 and drawing 2. Now you want to publish it. Okay, so first you open any of the drawing in your set. You open it first, and then you click on this icon, and you go to published, and then you click on this plus sign, and you load the rest of the drawing, and then you select them all, you load your templates, load, and you select the imported, okay, and okay, so this is the published location. So once your file plotted PDF, it will save here, it will be saved here. So I just leave it like that, and I click publish. So it published the 2 drawings at one go for me. I don't have to do it individually. Okay, so now it's done. I open. So this is the drawing that I have in a set. So what the first drawing and the second drawing. Okay, so what I have demonstrated to you is the procedure how to set up a template file, and you use a template file to use for every single new drawing, and also helps you to do batch published. Okay, so hope it is helpful, and thank you for watching.